Switching from Twitch to Kick 1 week later. What's up, everyone? Aisha here. And last week I did my very first podcast version of I Thoughts, in which I was talking about why I was switching from Twitch to Kick after being on Twitch for almost 3 years and being a partner. And now it's been officially 1 week I've been on Kick. I'm also an affiliate now on Kick. And I definitely want to share my experiences and why I still think it's the right move to make. So first and foremost, if you like this content, definitely follow and subscribe. And my Kick page is kick.com/Aisha, EYESHA. But without further ado, let's jump in. First, let's talk about the overall experience streaming on Kick. The platform is still fairly new and it is in beta mode. And with that being said, it functions quite nicely. It looks pretty much like Twitch minus certain options, of course, as they're still developing. But overall, the Kick concept is very similar, and there's nothing really that is confusing for a streamer that decides to make the switch. It's actually simpler because it's still in beta mode and they're still developing many things. So you get to actually be a part of the journey of Kick building itself up with different options. It made it very easy to jump on and kind of start already, having had the experience of having a channel on Twitch. I've heard of people experiencing lags and bugs. I didn't myself. The streaming has been seamless, and so has been the chat. Now, that being said, the main issue that's happened this week, as I got affiliate and people were now able to subscribe or gift subscriptions, is that the application is much behind when it comes to working out some kinks right now. And they just did a new update of the application, but there is still some stuff that's not working. So, for example, if you're on Android, you might not see the option to subscribe or to even gift a sub, which that created a little bit of a confusion to my followers that switched from Twitch to Kick and that use usually the app. They downloaded Kick, they wanted to support, they weren't able to, and I had to ask them to open up a browser and to support it that way, which is an extra step, and it can be discouraging people to subscribe or donate. So this is definitely something that I wish is going to get fixed soon. It's part of the growing pains of a brand new website and a brand new app. What I heard about iPhone users is that for some of them, they couldn't see the subscription button, but they could see the gifting a sub button. So they ended up doing that. Now, that being said, if you're in affiliate and you're trying to become a partner, you need to have a certain amount of actual subscriptions that are not gifted. So that did once again throw a little bit of a dent into the process so far. But now that I know that that's the issue, I just tell people to operate from the browser if they don't see these options through the app. And the other thing is that they're very responsive. First of all, there's a whole Discord channel, but there's also simply the support that you can contact if you have any inquiries. And they're very fast at responding at this time. So that's another kudos that I want to give to Kick. Obviously, they're still working on the website, they're still building, and they are actually pretty responsive and helpful if you contact them. So I was very impressed by that, and that kind of balanced out the other little kinks that still need to be worked out. Obviously, it's a big deal that, it complicates people's process into wanting to subscribe or gift. But if you make your followers aware, and if you also just present the situation and be like, look, this is a new website, the app is also very fresh, give it some time and open up the browser in the meantime. I mean, true fans and followers will do that. And I do believe that in due time and sooner than later, obviously, for the benefit of everybody, that's what they absolutely want. I'm sure this is going to get fixed as well. But as of now, that's what's going on. So I wanted to be transparent in my review and show the little kinks that happened that I experienced. Now, like I said, other people told me that they experienced other kinds of bugs on their stream. I didn't, so I'm sharing what I saw and experienced this week. So I did talk about the platform. I also talked about the fact that there was a quick response when it comes to the team and the assistants and the ways to get in contact, which is a major plus when it comes to streaming platforms. Because if you saw episode 2 of I Thoughts, I was talking about the issues I've been having trying to get in touch with somebody at TikTok to take care of something that they are completely at fault for. So it was really refreshing to be able to get assisted so efficiently by a team member of Kick. So the second point I wanted to bring out is the community itself and the capacity of growing. My experience was very positive with most of the streamers that I visited and that I also hosted, because by the way, there is the host option at the end of the stream. So it is technically a raid, just like on Twitch. So you can bring your people to another stream and network like that, which I was very happy to find out that I was able to do. And that's also how I connected already with some other streamers. And it was such a positive response. I just feel like everybody is a lot more motivated on the platform because of the fact that they actually get a better percentage and assistance from the website, and they are motivated to push, they're motivated to stream and motivated to gain through their streams and through pushing. And you can just feel that energy into people and the streamers, versus Twitch that you can just feel some background frustration about the whole thing. And with time, I think people settled for it, but I also think that settling is not part of being creative, and we're gonna get back to that in a minute. But all in all, there's all kinds of people on streaming apps, all kinds of energies and all kinds of streams, so I can't talk for everyone and everything that's going on Kick, but for what I've experienced and where I went and hung out and the people that came on my stream too, it was such a positive vibe, and it was very encouraging to keep on growing, meeting new people from Kick. Now, talking about other streamers and stream communities, the third and last point I want to bring up is the opposition and the people that commented on my other post about their resistance towards the idea of switching to a new platform like Kick. I just found it extremely interesting, and it's almost to me giving a Stockholm syndrome type vibe when I hear other creators talk about how they rather stick to Twitch because they would have to rebuild from scratch if they were to move to Kick. And that baffles me because first of all, you never know what's going to happen with any of these sites. Not only that, but you also don't know what's going to happen to you on these sites. Nothing is ever guaranteed. It's almost like people decided to settle on Twitch because they were able to develop a certain amount of followers or following or community. At the end of the day, you need to put in some work to receive something in return, right? And the amount of work that was put in to build Twitch is not something you can simply sit on and expect to carry you for the rest of your life. If it's not going to be to switch to another application, it's going to be something else that's going to come up eventually. And that's the thing I find quite funny about online creators these days, is I find that there's a lot of laziness going on and a lot of excuses instead of solutions. For me, I look at things in life in a very simple way. You can either find excuses or you can find solutions. And with everything I've experienced in this lifetime, I definitely can tell you that the latter, finding solutions, is definitely what's going to provide a lot more happiness and success in your life. So all of these excuses of, it's hard to rebuild on a new application, blah, 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 I don't really get it, because again, it's a brand new platform. So you actually get to build your community all over again with your experience from different platforms on a brand new platforms that's just getting started. So you get an upper hand, and you also have the knowledge from your experiences as a streamer on those previous platforms. So it's not like you're starting from scratch. There's no such thing as starting from scratch, because every day that you keep pushing, you have more experience, and you can apply that in any new beginning that you decide to step into. The other thing is, I find it quite interesting that people wouldn't have that much faith in their following. I mean, of course, it's going to be taking some time to get a hold of everybody, that follows you and to pass the message that you're switching to a different platform. But at the same time, your truest fans and the people that are there right now and that are still active will follow you, especially if you express to them that their donations and subscriptions are going straight into your pocket. I'm pretty sure they're going to be quite happy to move towards a platform where their money is valued and going to the creator, which was the intention in the first place. It's almost like there is a culture of fear around the idea of change, and there's so much change happening in the world. And I'm not just talking about streaming now, I'm kind of going above the boundaries of the topic of the day. There's so much change going on in the world in this era, and fearing change and beating yourself up over change or being afraid to embrace new things that are actually good for you in this case is baffling to me, because no matter what, at some point you're going to be called to step into change. If it's not for something like this, it's for something else. So I believe the right attitude to have as a streamer is to simply work on having the best content possible, so that no matter what you end up doing and where you end up streaming, people will be attracted to your content. And don't forget that these platforms also have new people that can discover you that would have never met you on the previous platforms. Because even if you stay on the same platform, yeah, you're gonna have your core fans that are going to always be coming back, but the truth is most people, including VIPs, come and go. So to summarize that point, all I have to say is that if you call yourself a creator or a creative, an artist or an entrepreneur or an entertainer, none of these terms rhyme with comfortability and with settling. And settling into a website that takes half of the money that's owed to you, that's given to you from your subscribers and the people who donate, is wild to me, when now there is an opportunity to go somewhere else and to build, so the settling idea is something that I'm never going to get behind, because in my career, touring and doing contracts overseas and different countries, and being 3 months in the Middle East, 4 months in Asia, having to go home for 2 weeks, wait for the next contract, go on a tour, come back, not know what's next. That's part of the game. And I think just like a lot of people nowadays, because of the internet, they think it's supposed to be fast and easy and that there's no work and no risk to be taken. It's different kind of work and risk, but at the end of the day, anything that involves creativity is requiring of you to take risk and not to settle and not to expect comfortability. Not saying that you can't be comfortable, live a comfortable life, but you cannot be sitting on your bum thinking that it's going to be the same thing over and over again through the years, and that you're not going to have to adapt to some kind of change. I hope this enlightens some of you and encourages you to either make the move or simply get going into what you're passionate about and not fear change and embrace better options when they present themselves to you. And after 1 week of Kick streaming, I'm once again 100% behind the idea of moving towards Kick, a website in which you can make the money that you're owed for the subscriptions and gifted subscriptions from your fans and build with them, regardless of the fact that it's in beta mode and that things are not perfect and that there can be some issues. It's absolutely worth it. And I am looking forward to keep on going into this journey. I'll definitely keep you guys updated in upcoming podcasts as well as other topics. Till next time.